Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? We're actually got stuff going on here now. I'm just testing out a couple of different things tonight here on stream. And one of those things I'll be testing out tonight is Animes by FaceRig. The FaceRig, if you haven't heard of them before, they actually did do VTuber kind of style face replacement stuff. And it was like more, it felt like really like a toy thing that actually was available that you could download from Steam. And I spotted one of the devs or one of the marketing people talking about it on Twitter, and I thought, right, I'll give this a try, because I've been thinking about VTuber kind of stuff lately. I was messing around with Reroid Studio, and yeah, I haven't got anything like prepped properly. This is literally kind of like an off the cuff. I wanted to try the software out, see how well it works, how terrifying the effects are. So yeah, let me introduce you to the temporary face. Oh, pastiche of skin! How's it going? Hi. Is this creepy or is this not creepy? Yeah? Yeah? Feeling weirded out yet? Don't worry, I can lean in closer as well. It's actually like kind of terrifying. But yeah. Let's give this a try. So, yeah, Anime is actually, basically it does a lot of things that other pieces of software that I've looked at do. Because it was actually made by Facebook, and I actually remember them from playing around with it way back. I didn't know whether or not I would actually get a much better experience than I did the first time I used FaceRig. It seemed to be very laggy in the responsiveness. It wasn't actually like as fast at picking up head movements and tracking what you were doing. And even now it feels like there's a little bit of issues with eye tracking, especially with glasses. I think it's actually it is much better whenever I have my glasses off, because you can actually see my blinks are a little bit more accurate, and you can squint my eyes a little bit better. And even whenever I actually look over to check things, my eyes dart a little bit more whenever I'm looking around. But yeah, kind of works. I chose this character just because they had no nose and so little expression on their face, and it doesn't seem to freak out as much whenever I put my hand in front of my face than it actually does with other more human-looking characters, I suppose. So yeah, glasses back on, see if this actually kind of keeps track okay. If you notice my eyes darting off screen at a regular basis, it's because I'm looking over a chat, or I am looking down at my computer, or I am looking at my hand, or I'm looking at my phone, or looking at something. So it's not, I'm curious how distracting that might actually be. I was going to talk a little bit about Animes itself, just because I've been poking around it for the last...
We are preparing for a defensive operation against a large number of
There is a UQ 15 minutes. Which one is it? Let's find that out before I actually decide on anything else. Timing is everything. Oh, mind defense. Do you know what? Actually, I'll do this for 15 minutes and talk about Animes, and then see what it feels like to play and have my face on screen like this at the same time. But yeah. Animes basically has a number of different avatars you can actually switch around to. I'm going to switch a couple of times here to see how well it actually copes with hard switching mid-stream. I'm sure it matters on what kind of hardware you're using. Specifically in my case, it's the I use one PC for streaming and one PC for gaming, so it's not actually going to affect gameplay, but I'm not too sure how well it'll manage it with the N60 I think I have sitting inside this one. So yeah, let's switch over to something else. So Cory the Virus? How does Cory the Virus look? Oh wow, oh wow, I completely froze out there. And I'm back! So I wonder how well that goes. So yeah. Oh god, yeah, Cory's green. That has issues with a green screen. Yeah, let's just change that slightly to oh god, why does it have to have skin tones? Why does it have to have skin tones? Oh god, I feel so sick. I'm going to try and get this something that's actually a little bit more putrid. Green that actually might not key out as badly. That's better. I mean, it's literally making me it's literally use something from the color scale that's actually here in front of me. What? Oh god. I select color. There we go. Let's go with something that is a bit more mycelium-y. Select color. Oh wait, no, there we go. That is a little bit better. Maybe? Close enough. I mean, I'm going to have green parts in this because I'm a virus, so yeah. Don't see it. Don't see it that at all. Let's try something a little bit more draconic. Let's see what kind of crack is here. So basically, what I'm doing now is I'm going through the options of avatars that are here inside the actual screen. And you can see that there's a little bit more movement involved when you're working with the dragon. And if you move too quickly, it's got full broke neck shit going on. Yeah, they give me a pro pass for a month to try this out. I'm hoping I actually might use this properly with a actual B-Roid or a model, or just find another body to throw into it, because I can import 3 different model types to it. What is it? Avatar, VRM, GLB, GLTF, Model 3 JSON. I have no idea what most of these file types are, so I'll need to do a little bit of investigating and check out a little bit further. So you'll see a couple more test streams like this with me just trying different things. How about we go for Danny the Leather Wolf Boy? How about you, Danny? Let's see what you look like. Essentially, there's going to be obviously a butt ton of your furries in here, because who the hell doesn't want to actually be a fuzzy boy? I'm sure. So yeah, there's actually hand gestures and motions you can actually have in here too. Like, so if I end up actually hitting this, I can just give you a shrug and just tell you, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Also kind of has camera controls, so I can zoom in, zoom out, rotate myself if I need to, so like I can just spin myself around. Spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a record, baby, round, 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 round. Yep. I also have animations for like saying no thank you to things, saying okay, that's all good, waving hello to the audience, and rock it on, because this is Danny the Wolf Boy. But each one of them have their own kind of like keyed in animations. I imagine these are mostly used if you are building your own model and then you actually throw in a couple of anims. If I do go to the bother of building an actual like figure to use for this, then I'll probably start thinking about throwing in some keyed in animations, and maybe, because I'm pretty sure you could set this up not just for keying them on the screen, because they'll be tracking here. If I had something else that was tracking my hand gestures, I could actually gesture and it would actually make it match. But otherwise it's actually hotkeyed. So there's people that actually would have stream decks that actually have keyed animations for each thing that they want to do. I mean, I've been looking at people who actually have really high quality VTubers and VTuber kind of like models, and I'm not going to spend that kind of money. I saw the kind of prices people were charging a while back for it, and I was like, nah, that's a pipe dream if I ever decide to come back to streaming. But otherwise, I'm just going to flush it all down the toilet and generally kind of give up on the idea, unless I can have something that works a little bit more simple like this. But having a wee cartoony character that can actually animate and follow my movements reasonably well would be kind of useful to have during streams, because sometimes I just don't want to share my face. There's always that feeling that actually, I wish I'd never, ever show my face on YouTube. Or on any of the streaming services or platforms. It's just, I felt like I kind of like opened up with giving that all out really early on, and maybe I could have just not. And be more of a matter of actually having to scrub everything off now and start a whole new profile, a whole new account. But that's an option. It still is an option. Don't even know why I would do it now at this point. I don't even know why I would come back to streaming, but sometimes I just feel like it. I kind of miss it. Literally just going through a bunch of these different ones that are available. You'll see me freeze for a moment as it actually switches across. But hello to from the buxom barbarian. I'm assuming I actually have like some fucking like attack. Oh, tribal salute. Yes. Giving you a good old fashioned shrug. Hellos, hellos, and it's all okay. One of the things they actually did advertise whenever they're showing this was that they actually have the entire cast of Team Fortress 2 in it, which I'm assuming is actually kind of like almost public domain now in terms of like Source Filmmaker and all the other tools that have actually used it. If I make him go up a little bit more. Whoa. I'm inside my face now. So the camera is a little bit jumpy for zooming in, zooming out, but hey, what you gonna do about it? I'm just curious about how, like, any of the faces that are actually being full full facials. I'm curious about like how they actually detect, how much they detect eye squinting, because I'm sure that needs to be calibrated for individuals' faces, because some people have more squinty eyes than others. Like some people just look through their eyelids at all times, while others are actually like wide-eyed. And it seems that whenever I do blink, this doesn't count my eyes as closed. It's like I'm trying to hold my eye open whenever I am quite assuredly hold my eye closed, unless I have an issue with my eyeballs. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm actually a scout. There's a whole bunch of individual textures and tools for some of these you can actually modify, and there's a lot of customization built into it, but it seems to actually have a very UI-based support. And I'm curious if things like VC Face and other products actually do something similar. Oh, fuck. Just saw there's actually a Trump model. I'm not putting that thing on the screen. Yeah, let's go for a Velociraptor instead. What this Velociraptor is missing is a pork pie hat. He should be wearing a pork pie hat to be a true gentleman Velociraptor. Yes. Or what was it? Like kind of like a bark that they do. Oh wow, that actually does work. It doesn't really wiggle that well. It doesn't match correctly. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm thinking about the Velociraptor. I can actually like turn my head and actually be able to talk a little bit more comfortably sideways. In fact, like looking face on with the Velociraptor looks kind of weird. So I am going to rotate myself slightly, because Velociraptor is not a face-on subject talker. He's not really designed for it. He's designed for the sideward glance at all times, because otherwise it gets a little bit creepy. Yes. Yes, it does. Oh, the eye tracking's actually ironically better on the Raptor. So, anime is actually, it's like, this is a useful tool. If you actually have your own models, or you actually downloaded models of those file types, I'm going to probably test that out over the next wee while and see how it feels. I've got like another 4 or 5 minutes while I finish waiting for this UQ to run. I'm just going to pick out one. I might end up going back just to Lily the Octopus that I was using beforehand. Yes, well, let's try Anime Girl Midori to see how well it actually tracks my face. Especially whenever I'm scratching it at the same time, it's not going to be able to see what I'm doing. Yeah, and we'll zoom in to Midori's face. See, this is the one that I see, like I was looking at and noticed the eyelid thing was a little bit weird. Because you can actually see how weirdly it actually tracks eye flickering. Especially, and like, it becomes obviously a bit more. It becomes a bit more obvious on like much bigger faces, like, or much bigger eyes. Really, whenever you think about it, and the actual torso tracking is okay. I mean, it leans reasonably well, tracking me back and forth across the screen, even if it jerks quite a lot, so you can't really move too quickly. Otherwise, it starts to have problems. Right. What else is actually worth jumping into here? Oh, there's actually a few quite wee animated ones as well. So let's get Cat up on the screen. So this is actually, I actually like these kind of ones because I would actually probably be more likely to use this style, just because it's simpler animation, and if it actually is simpler, it might actually be a lot easier to kind of follow and have less issues with, because it just translates all 3D movement into slight 2D movement, which is basically, isn't like warp and shift of a vector that actually it does for this, or is it actually like they are separate layers that just kind of like have bone limits of like how far they can detach from something? I'm trying to get the head to detach above all my head movement, but it's not really doing the thing. So it is robust enough for like the models that are already built into it. They do have props for all the stuff that you actually have as well, so you can actually be throwing things like a bow on your head. Oh god, here we go. And you can actually like put the bow somewhere, and I could be putting that on my neck, and then that's all cute and adorable. Increase the size of the things that you're actually putting on. Wouldn't it be absolutely adorable? And then it matters obviously on the model that you're using that the props appear on. So if I fired on a pair of dope glasses on this bay, yep,